Been there too.
Ask Mr. Jamie White if he'd lead us in the invocation.
Excuse me. Our Heavenly Father, we just thank you for allowing us to be together tonight. We ask that you would just guide us in this session. We ask you would give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in everything that we do. Father God, we ask a special blessing for all of the citizens of Allendale County. These blessings and all others we ask in your precious Son, Jesus Christ's name, for his sake. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I declare we do have a quorum with Mrs. Taylor. She's a little under the weather, so keep her in your thoughts and prayers, please. Can I get an approval of the agenda?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
And a second?
Second.
Motion been, got a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. This time we welcome everybody out. I think we have a pretty quick meeting tonight, so we'll get right into it. We'll get into public comments. Remind everybody you got 3 minutes, and I will ring the bell 30 seconds to go, and that'll remind you to kind of wrap up. So first off, we have Miss Ann Rice with the cleanup in the Allendale County Historical Society.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Y'all doing good tonight?
Fine, how are you?
First of all, I want to report on cleanup. It was good. There were some groups that didn't participate. It was a bad weekend, but we ended up having nearly 200 volunteers and picked up 400 bags of trash. And there's some still picking up, like Jamie's group's going to pick up this weekend. So I thought it's going real good. But I have one thing to bring up to y'all. I was complaining about 125 because we paid the baseball team to clean it up, and 3 weeks later, the highway department team that does 22 miles a month cleaned it up. And when I wrote on it Monday, it was a mess again. And somebody told me that they've seen the county trucks go by with no tarps on them and stuff flying out the back. So if y'all would check on that, I would appreciate it.
I've heard that same complaint.
So, I mean, I thought we had that fixed one time, you know, but apparently they forgot, or it's new people or whatever, you know, but, because it does look like this, it kind of flew out the back of the truck. It's a good bit of stuff. The other thing I want to tell you about is the Allendale County Historical Society is having their 4th quarter program on December the 10th at the theater, and Miss Rachel Sharp is doing it. And it will be kind of highlighting our website that has lots of historical things on it and what's going on. And I would urge y'all to come and look. And she's also going to do a little mini series on using Ancestry.com to look up your family. So to kind of give you an idea of how to do that. So we would appreciate you coming out for that. It's a Sunday afternoon at 3. And the museum, I realize y'all are in a financial crunch right now, and I understand that. But we did get the 3rd grant. He told me we did, and he needs to make an appointment to come and get it signed off on. And because that's the grant that enables us to start everything.
And it's the grant from SRNS?
No, that's different. SRNS, y'all have $12,500 that SRNS gave us that we put in y'all's account as a match for the 2nd grant.
Okay.
So no, that one is, y'all are supposed to do the roof is in kind for this grant.
Okay.
So that's
USDA or what?
USDA,
Okay.
yes.
Fine.
So, and then we have a grant from Dominion for the 3rd match.
Yeah.
So we can match it, you know, for all of it. So,
Great.
but the other 2 you signed off on last time. So,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you, Miss Ann. Ms. Lewis, did you make note of the county truck tarp issue?
I sure did.
Okay, thank you. Mr. James Pinckney, Parks and others. I'll remind you 3 minutes, so we'll give a bell with 30 seconds left just to give you a reminder to wrap up.
Good. Just don't answer none of my question while I'm going through it. Answer them after. And we can do it.
You got that many questions, Mr. Banks?
Yes, sir. Number 1. 3 months ago, you all approved to pay me for a sign for the park. I hadn't seen it yet. Second, the whole homeless agreement. Do you have it ready to do work at the park?
Okay.
Yeah, I can answer that, yeah, I've got one
Okay.
prepared. I was waiting to hear from you whenever you need it, you know, last time after.
Okay, I need it right now. Okay. The other thing is, on the others, my understanding this week, a couple weeks ago, that we, the county, took 10 days, which is holiday pay, from the we people. The we people is the small people. The salary people can't be touched, and the elected officials can't be touched. So the only somebody you took it from is the we people. So it wasn't any other place that you could find that money out of a 12-month period other than take it from the we people. Now, how many meals does that equal to? If so, you need to revise your budget. That's my question, that's my answer. Thank you.
All right. We'll move along to visitors. First visitor.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, are you not going to approve minutes tonight?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. You missed me.
I was just.
We didn't approve the minutes?
You skipped over it, that's why.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to it.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any
Second.
discussion?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, it's time for capital improvement plan for airport. Ken Holt, Holt Consulting. I'll remind you, you have 5 minutes. Mr. Holt, thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of council. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. I trust that you received the 5-year capital improvement plan, which is actually in a spreadsheet like this. And then there should be an accompanying sketch that really depicts what you see in the spreadsheet. So this is a requirement.
Oh, before you
Yes, sir.
get started, got a question.
Yes, sir.
Is it fair to say that where we want to be in terms of the previous work, has that been resolved?
We're in the process of working with the contractor on liquidated damages. So we can't close out the project until we reach a settlement on that.
Okay. But they have no less admitted some guilt?
So,
Have they admitted some guilt for not using the specs and producing a product based on our spec? Is that fair to say?
actually, they did meet the specs and the tolerances, but they went over on time.
Okay.
So what ended up happening was, the final product ended up being about an inch thicker than what we had specified. The issue that we have out there is the drainage.
The 1 inch caused mold drainage?
No, I'm just saying that what you ended up getting a product that's gonna last you probably longer and it's stronger, but we still, the area is so flat out there, when you try to get it to drain as we had designed, it's hard for the contractor to meet that. And we can't do anything about it when they're paving it. It's not until after they finish that we go and make sure that you've got the right density, so the right strength, and then we have grading tolerances within our specs that we check.
Okay.
So they have gone out and tried to remedy what we call bird baths that are out there.
Yeah.
And so now we're at the point of discussing liquidated damages with them.
Will that cause us to delay moving forward?
Sir?
Would that cause us any delay in terms of moving forward with the 5-year plan?
No, sir.
So that work, whether it's, and I assume it probably won't be done by them, but somebody else.
We'll have to bid the project. it's a requirement of the FAA that we bid the project. So this next step would actually be design
To
for the
resolve
runway.
that problem?
No, sir, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not following you.
Okay, in other words, if you're gonna, once we move forward with the next phase, will this next phase remedy the problem that was created? Will there be a remedy to it in terms of the drainage? Or that will be separate?
They've already made those changes. They've cut some of the asphalt out and put back concrete gentle swales
Okay,
to remove it.
all right. We'll let you get started.
I'm gonna start your time now.
Okay. And let me just say, if you want to talk about this more at a different time, I'm available. I have the card here, I'll leave.
I got your card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so every year around this time, the FAA requires that you update your 5-year capital improvement plan. What they're requesting is a plan that goes from federal fiscal 2025 to federal fiscal 2029. We are currently in federal fiscal 2024. And met with the Airport Commission to discuss this at their last month's meeting, and they gave me comments and I made the changes they suggested, and that's what you're seeing right here. This is due to the FAA, excuse me, this is due to the FAA on December the 1st or before, and what goes along with that is a pre-application package that is also due on December the 1st. And if this council approves this plan, then what I'll need is a couple of pages signed by Miss Lewis, and I've left her the NEPA, National Environmental Policy Act documentation that we've already pulled together. It has a signature page on there for her, and then I will forward to her the actual grant application form. It's called Standard Form 424. So, as you go down, what is being planned is this year, we're talking about design of the runway rehabilitation, the runway lights, which is the medium intensity runway lights, I said MIRL, and the medium intensity taxiway lights. The thought is we'll design it as one project and bid it as a base bid with 2 alternate bids. This gives us that flexibility and the FAA the flexibility to fund the project. That's in 2024. The FAA recommends a gap year if possible to build up some cash on your entitlement money, and also to give them time to adequately review the design plans. So that would leave a gap year for 2025. 2026 is the construction of that project. 2027 is taxi lane and T-hangers. That would be the design in 27 and the construction in 28. And then wildlife fencing is being proposed in 2029. The shares are typically 90% FAA, 5% state, and 5% local. So I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that if y'all do approve this, we're going to submit a pre-application on your behalf, along with the CIP, a pre-application for 2024. Okay? And the total amount that is needed, that has to be in the application process, you'll need to certify that you have $22,500 in your budget. So timing-wise, I don't know if you would have that money in your budget now, but I guess you're in the process now of budgeting for next year, or will be soon. As long as you have that money in your budget by the first of the new county fiscal year, which would be July the 1st, 2024, that's all you need. But it would need to be budgeted. So what I tell sponsors is, you don't want to take the FAA through this process and then end up having to say we can't do it. If you can't do it, then we need to change this plan. Or if you have any concerns that you couldn't do it, we need to change the plan.
36.
That's really it.
36, okay.
Just got one question, the allocation, has that changed over the years? Are we still getting the, 150,000 a year?
150,000 a year in entitlement money, that's Airport Improvement Program, AIP funding, but you're also getting what's called the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law Airport Infrastructure Grant funding, which I think is 110 a year. Now that's for 5 years.
Okay. Is that why I'm seeing T-hangers on here?
So every year the FAA takes a snapshot, and they're doing it this year, December 1st. And one of the most important factors for a general aviation airport like Allendale County Airport is based aircraft. So you have approximately 10 or 12, I'm not quite sure, but it's the threshold is 10. If you go under 10, you've lost your federal funding. So you can accommodate 10 in hangars right now. So the thought is, instead of being right on the edge year after year after year, once we get these other projects done, let's get some more T-hangars, because there is a demand for T-hangars. I know statewide, maybe nationwide, so you can probably fill those. And once they're based there and you get that above 10 and maybe fill them all up, you'd have 20. There's not so much of a concern every year around the time they take a snapshot.
Okay, but I've always thought, for a long time, we couldn't use any federal money for T-hangars.
You could use AIP entitlement
Okay.
money, the 150,
All right.
but you can only accumulate 600,000 in that. So you can get the design done, but when it comes to construction, you need more money, and no other money is available, except you can do it with the BIL money, and you can do it with the AIP entitlement money.
And if I read this correctly, were you looking at maybe within year 2027 on the hangars?
Yes, sir. That would be designed, and then construction in 2028.
Okay. I think that's a good thing, because I know that threshold 10, and I think the last report we got, we might have been wavering between 10 and 12. So, and if there's a great need for hangars,
I got 3 out there, and I've got a waiting list for about 13.
great. That's good. Sound like timing couldn't be better then.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I call you on that other one.
Call me.
I will.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Lower Savannah Council of Government. Ms. Regina? I think that's right.
One quick thing. Y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Council, for having the opportunity to come and talk to you about the home program. Today, Dr. Monar, our Executive Director with the Lower Savannah Council of Government, wasn't able to make it today. I am Regina Jackson, the Housing Manager at the Lower Savannah Council of Government. I wanted to talk to you about our mission for the Lower Savannah Regional Housing Consortium. Our mission is to increase the affordable housing stock, as well as increase capacity and access to affordable housing. The history of the consortium, it was established back in 2011. Now, Orangeburg County is our lead entity, but the Lower Savannah Council of Government, we act as the administrator of the home program on the behalf of that lead entity. We consist of 6 counties and 23 municipalities. So the HUD home program, the goals are to increase the supply of decent, safe, and affordable housing for the low and the very low income households. Also to preserve our existing housing stock and to improve the capacity of our local housing providers. We have 6 counties, as I mentioned, that's Aiken County, Allendale County, Bamberg, Barnwell, Calhoun, and Orangeburg County, and also 23 municipalities. We have a technical review committee for the Lower Savannah Regional Housing Consortium we present our projects to, that review our projects for Allendale, and we have our members consist of those 6 counties, and for Allendale County, Wilbur Cave is our vice chair for that, our technical review committee. So the HUD Home, the home program, investment partnership program, we are allocated funds by HUD for our home program to do homeowner rehabilitation, to do homeowner buyer activities, and also, home buyer activities, and also rental housing development. One of the big things that we do for our home program, especially even here for Allendale County, is for our homeowner rehabilitation. Right now, for Allendale County, I know we have 11 applicants right now that we're reviewing from Allendale and also Fairfax. So that right there is what we're reviewing now. Those owners who are in need of some type of rehabilitation to their home to bring their home up to code. It might be a roof, it might be the flooring, but we look at the entire home to bring the home up to code. So we use that allocation that's provided by HUD for us. We also have what we call our Home ARP, American Rescue Plan, and that funding that is allocated by HUD is pretty much the qualifying population is those who are sheltered and unsheltered homeless population, those who are at risk of being homeless, those who are at risk of any type of housing instability or any unstable housing situation. So we are in the process now of meeting with different nonprofits, different for-profits, different community development centers, different community actions to see what are the needs for those who are homeless and what we can do with using those funds that's been allocated to us. Supportive services, acquisition and development for affordable rental homes, nonprofit operation. So those are some of the things that we're looking for with our Homemark funds. So our ideal is to use our HUD fundings to see what are the needs in our communities in these 6 counties. We asked them to reach out to our office. Our office is in, well, my office is in Aiken, but they can reach out to me by email. And I usually give my email address out is rjackson@lscog.org for the council. I also give my phone number out, which is 803-508-7047. We have our website that they can go to get our information from there. We have referrals from throughout the community as well who are letting us know those who are in need of some type of housing rehabilitation, or for those who are looking for home ownership to be first-time home buyers, to try to connect them with a HUD certified housing counselor to take them through the process of what they're needing.
30 seconds.
Okay, so those are pretty much, we also connect with our community development agencies as far as with our CHODOS funds, we're trying to get them to be a developed organization to also provide those rental housing units for those who are in need. Okay, you have any questions for me?
Okay. What's the, when you talk about the rehabilitation, what's the maximum now that home provides for rehabilitation?
There's, you know, with the increase of material, the price of the material right now, we are in a period that's going to end in December. We're not sure if we're going to be able to extend it further than that, but we're at 85 right now, 85,000. But if we did not be able to extend that, and we increased it because of the COVID, and with material you're just increasing, but the regular amount that we normally go with is 50,000.
Okay, and those funds can be matched with South Carolina housing?
No.
No, okay.
No, that cannot.
Regina, just thanks for being here, and I think one of the things that we kind of stress with Dr. Mona,
Yes.
we know we have a couple housing studies that being done in our region. Let's say, for instance, affordable housing. What's available? If I'm looking for affordable housing in terms of what funds available, can I come through you to find that out?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, I would ask that you give me a call, and I have the information as far as what the guidelines, income guidelines, and even from the HUD website, what are some of the areas that's close by that should be offering affordable housing.
Okay. And there's a loan process, application process
Oh,
for
wow.
that?
We have a waiting list, there's a need there, and, funds doesn't, exceeds our funding. But we do have a waiting list, but what we do still is always send our pre-screen forms out to anyone who's seeking a need for housing rehabilitation, for example. We send that pre-screen form out as soon as we get that call. We ask them to return it as soon as they can. Once we get it, we look at it to see if they're potentially eligible for the program, and then we send them an extended application.
Okay. But if I'm looking for the build
I'm
a
sorry.
home, if I'm looking to build a home,
Yes.
can I come to you?
To build a home. I don't see that in any program that we have as far as if you are one of our, I got into a client mode, but you're not talking about as a client. But yes, if you're one of our housing development organization who wants to build a rental unit, yes, you have to be CHODO, complete an application for that. We have those in Aiken County, Orangeburg County, all over. So if you are wanting to build that unit, yes, from ground up for it to be a rental housing complex, we do have CHODO's funds for that.
Okay. So as an individual, can I come and knock on your door and say, Regina, I'm looking for funds to build an affordable housing for me?
As an individual, I'm going to connect you with what organizations that we connect with.
Okay.
I'm going to get you involved with a certified HUD counselor.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take you through the steps with who you need to be with. But can I give it to you directly? No, I can't. But I'm going to connect
But you can direct me where to go.
That's what I'm going to do.
I think that's very important. That we need to know if you're looking for housing.
Yes, that's right.
We can call you and you put us in the right avenue to seek
That's right.
additional information.
That's right. I'm going to share my resources with you and connect you.
Okay?
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
At this time, an update on the Allendale County Schools from Dr. Valerie Kay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chairman Conley and Vice Chairman Robinson and the other council members, and everyone in the audience. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to be able to talk with you tonight. I'm not really giving an update. I just really have to express some concerns that I have. Most of you know me. I'm Valerie Kay, the superintendent of Allendale County Schools, and I was born and raised in this community. I'm a product of Allendale County Schools. I taught in Allendale County Schools. So I came back not by happenstance. I came back so that I could do something and give back to my community that gave so much to me. The district was able to build its fund balance by the use of our ESSA funds. That's why the money was provided to us, and it was awarded to the district during the pandemic. The district used those funds wisely by preparing for a rainy day, and it's very unfortunate to me that it was considered by the county, I think, is a matter of opinion, by taking away our fee in lieu of tax revenue. Those funds, ESSA, are going to go away very soon, September 30th, 2024. And the district will eventually need to utilize that fund balance and revenue to balance the future operational budgets. Once the fund balance is depleted, the district will have to lean upon our county and our citizens to ask for an increase in mills to balance our future budgets. This could come sooner than later, since the district is no longer or currently receiving fee in lieu of tax revenue. The district was informed about this after the approval of our 23-24 budget. Now, I came September 5th. I received that letter after I arrived. This decision will only increase the use of our fund balance, even more increasing the likelihood that we're going to come again and ask the citizens of our county to be able to make up the difference so that we can pay our teachers and staff as inflation continues to rise. It's been 20 to 25 years since the school district has asked the community of the county to increase in mills. our school board members made that a priority, not to ask for an increase because they didn't want to burden any of the constituents. The district is not also going to benefit from the new tire company coming into the district because we no longer get fee in lieu of tax, or at least that's what's happening right now, especially if there was a negotiation that took place. Allendale County School District employs most of the people in the community after the prison. And it's very unreasonable and very unfortunate that our students, the foundation of our community, are not going to benefit from those, that fee in lieu of taxes. All I'm asking is that Allendale County School District be allowed to come to the table so that we are partners in this educational journey. And the last thing that I want to discuss with you today is our Tier 3 Revenue Homestead Extension Funds that we did not receive as a payment from the state of South Carolina, which we rightfully deserve. We don't believe that this was intentional by any means, but it does impact our budget tremendously. And especially if we're not going to get the fee in lieu of taxes. So again, I'm expecting that payment to be prompt so that we can continue to work and plan our budget as you are doing. I want us to be partners in this journey. That's all I ask, is that I'm allowed to be able to come to the table, because our community, our schools are only as strong as our communities make them. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And I look forward to being able to discuss things with you again.
Thank you, Dr.
Have
Taylor.
any questions for me?
Excuse me?
Have any questions for me?
No, I think you said it well.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to council reports. I'll start first, October 25th. Council was able to meet with Mr. Tran of 1010 Group, his legal team, and his investors before the SCA quarterly meeting. Looks like the investment is in place for the industry to get started. Looks like the first of the year, all the permitting and stuff will be in place. By the third quarter, should start seeing site prep work going, and maybe fourth quarter or first of 25 starting to actually see some significant construction going on. Today, Mrs. Lewis and myself met with SCA Regional County Leadership Energy Summit that's put on by Southern Carolina Alliance. The leadership consortium consists of the 7 counties in the SCA region. It's administrators and chairmen. So they had a bunch of people there from the energy departments throughout the state that discussed the dire energy need that's currently being faced in the state. I think they've, just in our region alone, in the last few years, we've had to turn down 4 or 5 major industries because of energy, couldn't get enough energy to them. And it's not just here, it's all throughout the state. So they're currently working with the state and federal delegation to find solutions to that. And finally, Mrs. Ann Rice was reappointed to serve on the SRS CRO board, Center of Site Community Resource Organization. We split that with Barnwell. It's Allendale's year to nominate that, so we were glad to nominate Ms. Ann to serve again. And that's all I have. So moving on to Mr. Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just several small items. This is a busy time for us on council. And of course, Ms. Rice and I attended the biannual retreat for SRS CRO in Charleston a couple weeks ago. And I think end of this month we will have our 30th anniversary of the SRS CRO. And I will not be able to attend that one. We're also having our legislative agenda and conference in Greenville beginning on the 30th of this month. But hate to miss that one, but I'm sure it will be well attended. Also, in conjunction with Councilwoman Jennings, we've been looking at a long list of projects that we have on the 1 cent sale tax. And we certainly have 1 or 2 projects for the town of Allendale, as well as the St. Mark Fire Station. And received a call from Allendale today, so I will present that to council in executive session as they move forward, or as we move forward in trying to do some of their projects. But it looks like it's things are moving in the right direction, and I'm sure Ms. Jennings will give you an update on how things are looking in that arena in terms of trying to complete as many projects on that 1 cent sale tax list that we passed in 2018. And we did our checklist a couple of weeks ago. I think we had about 15 projects, had about 3.2 million in bond for those projects. But we've only been able to do, I think, 5 projects simply because of a cost overrun on several of the projects. So we're spent probably 3/4 of that money, so we only have about $800,000 left to complete as many projects as we can. Now, all that being said, probably next year we're probably going to hopefully have another referendum, and I hope on the ballot for our citizens to take a look at and approve for passing. And some of the projects that we will be unable to do in this particular sale tax time frame, you will see them back. Once the committee look at what we've done, what's remaining, you're probably going to see some of the projects reinstated on the referendum, and you will see some new projects. One of the things that we've gotten feedback from citizens has been the community center, which was a big pet peeve of mine, to make certain that each community has access to a community center for whatever purpose. And we won't get to any of those community centers in this phase, but maybe you will see some of those eliminated and we'll do other things. But just be thinking about, if you want to serve on that committee when time comes, just let us know. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Before we get them, all right, Ms. Taylor's not here. I did want to say thank you, Ms. Lewis and Ms. Judy, for all of your work on the tan. I know Ms. Judy's made the trip today, and I know y'all put in a lot of work on it, and I know, just want to thank y'all again for the work on that. Mr. White?
Sure, I'll be very brief. On December 18th, we will be having a second session of planning and zoning comprehensive plan. So we just want to make sure our community knows that. I do feel that, in the midst of doing that, it's important that the county develop a partnership with the municipalities to address some of the blight in our county, in our community, in our towns. I know we have a visitor here tonight, Mr. Hartley, who's on the Planning and Zoning Commission for the town, but I think it's going to be important for the county to develop partnership with our towns to aggressively seek some funding to address these areas. I received word that progress is continuing to be made in the retail and restaurant space at the old Goodson's Grocery in Ulmer, so we're definitely excited about that. We just want to keep that momentum going with our comprehensive plan. So thank you, that's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Jennings?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll follow up on what Councilman Robinson was saying about the fire station in St. Mark. I've been working with Mr. Joe Mole, trying to get a surveyor to survey the land. We're looking at 4 acres in the St. Mark area. And it's really difficult now to hire a surveyor because there's so few of them. And speaking with Carter Engineering and Surveying Company, in which I will be giving the council a copy of this. He stated it would be probably the end of March because they're so backed up before they can even survey the land in the St. Mark area. Because it's just few people that can do that now, and they have a lot of work to do. So I will be giving council, and I will have some other items just discussed about the park in executive session. But, and also, a couple of weeks ago, we met with a representative from Congressman Clyburn's office, and he wants to help Allendale with infrastructure for the Ting Tang, the Vietnam company that's coming. He wants to help Allendale with that. And so he met with several, with Ms. Lewis, Mr. Robinson, several of us, a representative from his office. Also, last week, at another function, I met with him again, and he also, Congressman Clyburn's office, want to help Allendale County with housing. And they will be discussing that with us at a later date. And so, Mr. Dana Blank attended that meeting, the first meeting, so we probably would have more information to present to you at a later date about whatever Congress is going to do. Also, at the park in the James Pinckney Park and Martin, I have been in discussion with Laura Joner, who is the director of Parks and Recreation. They desperately need a restroom at the park. They need a restroom, and she's looking to see what kind of funds she can get from PARD grant to help out with that. So we're working on it, so I'm waiting on Lori to, let me know what she found out about that. And so she's looking at, the most practical way to handle that situation, because they need a restroom up there really bad. Also, Ms. Tawny Major and myself, we are on a committee with the Lower Council of Government. It's the Lower Savannah Council of Government Area Agency on Aging. And that is an agency that deals with the older population. And so in Allendale County, or not just Allendale County, and all of the counties that they serve, I think it's 6 counties, but anyway, they have an initiative going on right now, and the council was given almost $1 million, 700 and some thousand. But anyway, they have a program that would offer certain services to the citizens in these counties. One of the services that they will offer is pest control. Pest control is a one-time service depending on the scale of the infraction, and it will spend up to $3,000 per house for pest control. Also, lawn care will be done twice a month to keep grass trimmed. They will remove leaves and debris, and that's up to $1,200 a year. They will also provide hearing aids to persons that need hearing aids, and the prices they have here is $3,000, but I believe today they said it go up to $5,000. It could go up to $5,000 per person for hearing aids. And then also have dental care, and that will also go up to $3,000 per person. Now this is for a senior that's 60 years old or older. Now, they will provide other services too, because when you, when you meet with them, and if a senior does not have, for example, a microwave in their house, that they need to heat their food up or whatever, they will provide that service to the individual. Whatever, if you have a plumbing problem and you need some minor stuff done, that will also be done as well. But now, last week, was it last week, Ms. Major, the representatives from the Office of Aging and Aiken came down to Allendale to meet with over 150 people applied for these services. But what happened, only 60 showed up. Only 60 persons that applied to receive this service showed up. Now they're gonna come back one more time. They're gonna come back one more time to register you, evaluate you or whatever for the service. Now, but if there are seniors that cannot get to the Office of Aging office, and they will go to your house. They will go to their house and register there. But it's a first come service, okay? So you have to, you can't wait, because the other counties will be using this service as well. So if you're interested in this service or any of these services, you will have to contact somebody immediately and let them know. You can contact Ms. Major. She contacts Ms. Major. You contact me, or you contact DeJuan Smith at the Office of Aging. So it's a very good, it's just overwhelming. So many people have really applied for these services in all of the counties. But we had in Allendale County 150 applied, but only 60 showed up. So right now, those 60 people that showed up will be the first ones that served, if you didn't come that day. Now the next group of people will be on the next list. And if you wait too long, you won't be on the list at all. So you gotta go ahead and sign up. Call Ms. Major, call DeJuan Smith, call someone and let them know that you want your name on the list. Any questions about that? No?
When is the next time? When is the next time? You said there's a next.
They haven't given us the date yet. Tony and I attended a meeting today with them, but they said that they're coming back, but they haven't given us a date yet, when they will be returning. But they are gonna return.
And you said that those who can't get to the Office on Aging, that somebody will come out to their house and fill out the registration?
Yes, yes.
Or can somebody pick up the registration papers and take them to?
No, they will come to your house.
Ms. Tanya and Ms. Jennings.
See, what you need when you register, they need 3 things, and if you don't have those 3 things, they can't come. They need your name, they need your physical address, and they must have your phone numbers. You gotta have the phone numbers, because they can't call you if they don't have a number. But if they not your mailing address, they need your physical address. Did I miss anything, Tanya? Ms. Major, did I miss anything?
Other than it's needs-based, it's not strictly income, it's needs-based.
Yes, it's not based on income at all.
Yeah.
So it's a really good program. So, if you know anybody, and then they also have another program that through the Lower Council of Government, if you know of grandparents that's really taking care of their grandchildren, now that the parent cannot live in the house. I know we got a lot of them. I got a lot of them. The parent cannot live in the house. But if grandparents taking care of the children, the Lower Council of Government has services that they can provide to their grandparent. The children may not be getting anything for Christmas, or they need some type of clothes to wear to school. Whatever that the children need, But again, that is a service that's offered through the Lower Council of Government, and you need to let me know who they are. Yeah, let me know who they are, you know. I don't mean 100. I know you. But anyway, but I know in the school there are a lot of children that would fall under that category. And also, sorry. I spoke to Ms. Richburg today because at the Office of Aging, the Lower Council of Government serves hot meals only 3 days a week, and the other 2 days is frozen. And they said that they would serve 5 days a week, but we don't have the staff. We don't have the staff. I mean, we can get volunteers to go in and they can get trained to help out the Office of Aging. But right now, because we don't have the staff to serve the seniors the other 2 days, but they get the frozen meals. And those frozen meals are delivered. Actually, some people get frozen meals every day. Some get frozen meals every day.
In other words, they deliver once a week for the whole, and give you a week's supply?
I think, yeah. According to Mr. Smith, for the month of October, they served 1,528 frozen meals and 425 hot meals. Now, also, on November the 15th, November the 14th, Golden Harvest will provide the seniors that comes to the center every day, they're gonna get a turkey.
That was Tuesday.
That was a special? Well, they already had it. What's the date? The 16th? Okay, I'm reading his report. And also Mr. Smith, DeJuan Smith, he's just getting back from, I think, Greenville today, and he was, Modicare recognized him for A+ rating transportation. Said he has done an excellent job, and so he was honored in Greenville this week, and I think he returned today, coming back from Greenville. And I believe.
That's it.
Calm down, William. I have to look at all my papers. I believe that's it.
Thank you, Ms. Jennings. This time we'll go to Interim County Administrator Report, Ms. Chanel Lewis.
Good evening, everyone.
Hi.
We received notification from the South Carolina Rural Infrastructure Authority that we have been awarded the infrastructure planning grant that we applied for. We got notification this week and the documentation, so I will be providing you additional information for you.
Is that on the water system?
Yes, that's the planning
Okay.
one that we've done.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, sir. I prepared an RFP for the 2024 audit, that's the next year, that has been sent out. So I sent it out to 10 vendors. I will give you a list of the 10 CPA firms that I sent the request to. This is about the time that it's done for the next year. So I'm giving us time, and then we're looking for a response by December, and then hopefully we will hear back soon from some of these companies, hopefully all of the companies. I would also like to let you know that I spoke to our auditor from McGregor, and I let him know of council's request of another lead auditor. He said that that could be done. The lead auditor would be Gabrielle Davis, Now, Mr. Buddy would be a part of the audit
Sure.
because he does have proprietary knowledge.
Sure.
But they can honor your request. Also, in your package, you received a copy of the spring grass cutting schedule that was requested by council. If you have any more questions or changes or would like some additional information on that, please let me know, and I will make sure that information gets to Mr. All and any of your requests or if there's anything that he left off. Also, I wanted to let you know that right now with Springbrook, we are on schedule. They expect to upload the chart accounts by next week. Everything's going forward. We do have a new training schedule that is the week after Thanksgiving that's going to begin. I've been working with them, and the treasurer has been informed of everything that's happening. She's also a part of this training schedule, so we are continuing to move forward. I did want to let you know that when they put that data in, it is going to begin with being dated the fiscal year 24. And the reason why, well, fiscal year 25, so it's going to start with 2024. They're going to start that way because it's easier to start fresh with the new data since the audit will not be complete for fiscal year 23. And I did let them know it was complete for 22. They said we can add this data later. So, but with the training schedule, we're going to be able to not only start training, but they have a training module that we're going to start working on in the different departments.
So what does, if I understand you correctly, then our current or past audit will not be part of Springbrook. It will be after the fact that you would insert that information in. So that means we will do it by the old way? When I say
Yes.
old way.
Well, we'll have to add the data later. So once we have the audited financial statements, so there's a cross-referencing that's going to happen that hasn't happened yet from the old data to the new data. I explained to her that I was able to transcribe what a certain amount of the data from the format it was in before to the format that we currently have,
Yes.
based on what we have in the budget preparation.
Sure.
Once that's done, we can insert it later and have that. But we're gonna start off fresh with the new year, so we'll have to start off that way because it won't be done in time.
So we will go back
Yes,
to the old way of getting this done for this past year.
yes, sir.
All right.
I also wanted to let you know that we are also inquiring about the repairs of the water tower with the rural infrastructure authority. So we are looking into grants and would see what the next schedule is coming up for that. I do have some additional information on what the findings were on that I will provide for council. And I think that's the end of my,
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
I forgot to mention one thing, just one thing. I forgot to mention one thing, Dr. Mornock, said for me to let council know that the bus that we will be getting from the Lower Council of Government will be here, next week, around Thanksgiving. So they're doing the final, whatever they gotta do to it, and it will be here right after Thanksgiving.
So they're taking the old logo off?
I guess so.
You know, we
Putting the new one on the new ones.
we take the old one off.
Oh, do
Do
you?
that.
I don't know what they're taking
Well,
off,
you
but
know,
he
they
said
asked for
he's,
$1,500. So,
All right. You through, Ms. Lewis?
one last thing, I just wanted to make sure that council knew, I included with documentation for you for the business proposed, possibly proposed business license, local hospitality tax and local accommodations taxes. Those are for your review. There is no vote, there isn't anything, I just wanted you to have it and have time to review it before it's brought before you.
Okay. Thank you very much. County Attorney Report, Mr. Walter Sanders.
Yes, I do have an update on the Boogaloo Crossing. which has been around for 20-something years now since they closed that crossing. But we are on the verge of getting the property deeded to the county. And once that's done, it's my understanding that they can proceed with doing the crossing as they need to. The reason it's taken so long with deeding the property is it's actually 2 estates that were involved that had to be probated, and then the property deeded to the heirs. One of them has 8 children and one had 4. So there's 12 people who will have to sign the deeds to the county, but there's no issues with that. It's just a matter of getting everybody in to sign. So that should be done within the next 2 weeks.
Good. It's been a long time coming.
Right.
All right.
And I see on here where you have 11 people for Allendale County Hospital. I got what you had sent me, and I will have that for y'all to sign. I don't have it with me tonight, but I got the letter that Mr. Gooding had proposed. And, I think that you had sent it to all the council, had you not, or just to me?
I think
we sent it off. I think we all got one, I think.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
Could I ask Ms. Lewis a question? Could you explain, elaborate on the winter conference about the panel that you were asked to serve on?
Yes.
I mean, how's that going, it's going to benefit the county and
I would like to use that as an opportunity to benefit the county. That's what the International City Manager Association they have a winter meeting in January, and I was asked to serve on the panel to talk about when new industry comes, and they wanted me to discuss the challenges that we are facing with new industry coming. What I would like to do is what I've been doing at the other conferences is use this opportunity to not only network, but also find out what other people have done in this specific situation. I've connected with someone from Clarendon County who is in the Santee, is it the Santee Cooper?
Santee Cooper.
Water system. So they're working on that, and then also looking at what kind of things they're doing as far as housing. One thing that I've already found out is that before, what they've done for housing, they've sold land to developers, and the developers would develop the lots and then sell it to a builder. So that's one solution. But I'm also trying to find out multiple solutions, because I know that our housing need isn't just on one level. So there's senior housing, there's workforce housing for firefighters, police officer, law enforcement, teachers. There's executive housing, so we need it on all different levels. I even wanted to look at the possible solution of tiny housing. I think that what it's going to take for this county and growth is different ideas from people who've been there, but also different needs at various levels. We're not one size fits all. There's some people who might want a mobile home, or there's some people who might want a stick-built home. So I just want to see what opportunities we have and what are multiple solutions. So everybody knows I don't mind asking questions, which is why when I go home, I don't say anything.
So where's this winter meeting?
It's in Kiowa.
Okay.
It's on January 19th in Kiowa. And if you so choose, if the council is agreeable with it, I would like to do that. Also, if you wanted to provide feedback on looking at opportunities for growth for the county, that project for the Advanced Leadership Institute doesn't start till next year. So if you want to bring your ideas of what you want them to look at, I told them just look at what ways the county could grow and it would benefit the county. And I said, look at everything. And that assessment is going to be free, because a project is part of their advanced leadership program.
It sounds interesting.
Okay. Move on to old business. Library board recommendations from the council. We'll start with Mr. White. Do you have a nomination?
I do. Lorena Carter is in my district.
Okay. Mr. Robinson?
No, I do not.
Ms. Jennings?
Ms. Lena Green.
Do you know if Ms. Taylor made a recommendation?
She didn't say.
Did the committee come up with one?
No.
Okay, and I'm gonna nominate Ms. Rachel Sharp. I sent you her information.
I'll have a name at the next meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And I will
committee.
too.
Next, we have a letter of support for Allendale County Hospital. Entertain a motion to accept that.
So approved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept the letter of support for Allendale County Hospital. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, we have a resolution recognizing and honoring Miss Ellen Aiken Stoney. Mr. White?
Sure. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to read this resolution recognizing one of the great matriarchs of this county who has always avoided recognition but has always been swift to serve her community. The state of South Carolina and the county of Allendale, a resolution recognizing and honoring Helen Aiken Stoney. Whereas 96 years old, Helen Aiken Stoney has been a resident of Allendale County her entire life. And whereas Helen Aiken Stoney, while living on Pecan Street in the town of Allendale, raised and educated her 5 children as a single mother after her husband died at a young age. And whereas Helen Aiken Stoney for 37 plus years worked tirelessly and generously to provide health care to the citizens of Allendale County as a nurse's aide at the doctor's office of Lafitte and Warren. And whereas Helen Aiken Stoney is a faithful member of Happy Home Baptist Church and a member of the American Legion Ladies Auxiliary. And whereas Helen Aiken Stoney's investment in the lives of others has truly made a difference as she has given hope and encouragement to so many. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Allendale County Council hereby recognizes, honors, and commends Helen Aiken Stoney for a lifetime of outstanding service and contributions to her family, church, patients of Lafitte and Warren, residents of Pecan Street, and all the citizens of Allendale County, South Carolina. This resolution adopted by the Allendale County Council at its regular meeting of November 16, 2023.
Motion.
Yep, we get a motion to accept the resolution.
Make a motion, we accept.
A second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second to accept the resolution honoring Miss Ellen Aiken Stoney. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. This time we'll entertain a motion to move into executive session.
5-minute break.
Yep. Second. Got a motion and a second. call the meeting back to order. We do have a few actions from executive session.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
make a motion that we enter into agreement with the town of Allendale for their 1 cent sale tax project to renovate the,
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
I'm sorry. I meant to
I make
say,
a motion, nothing, be
Okay.
quiet. I make a motion that we enter into agreement with the town of Allendale with the 1 cent sales tax or the amount of between 60 and 75,000
police station.
for the police station.
Second.
All right, we got a motion and a second to enter an agreement with Allendale for up to $75,000 for the roof repair from the 1% sales tax for the police building. Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
Chairman, make a motion that we, based on our information, with the second item we talked about, we're gonna restore vacation for all county employees. And this is a holiday, restore holiday for all county employees. And we will reduce salary based on those holiday costs. Thereby, no employee will be penalized based on pay after reduction of salary, and will be allowed to maintain their holiday schedule minus the reduction in salary.
All right.
You get all that, Matt?
Trying to just figure out how to word it.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a second. We got a motion to have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second to restore the holiday pay for all employees. With that being said, we're gonna reduce the salaries of the employees to reflect the original reduction that would have been reduced by the holidays.
There you go.
Is there any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
make a motion that we secure the property for the St. Mark Fire Station, beginning with the survey of the property and purchase of the property.
All right.
Okay.
Got a motion to secure the St. Mark Fire Station property. Is there a price?
Including the survey, up no more than 50,000, 4 acre plus the house.
Okay, we've got a motion to secure the St. Mark Fire Station location of 4 acres, including the old house. Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second to secure the St. Mark Fire Station for up to $50,000, including surveying, and that will be
Including 4 acres in the house.
including 4 acres in the house. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
if I think I'm in order, I think I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I agree.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Adjourn.